in relation to the idea that men just have to be better, that this is the only issue going on with relationships as a whole in our culture, I wanted to let a woman speak by pointing out the YouTube channel The Happy Wife School. In her video Misandry, Why Women Hate Men, the creator notes explicitly how so many women hate men. She emphasizes how this is perfectly acceptable in our culture, and she adds the following.
And I want us to realize that as long as we continue to buy into modern day feminism and believe that men are our oppressor and men are our enemy, that it's impossible to have a healthy, loving marriage or relationship with a man.
In her video, Why Relationships with Women Become Toxic, the creator also talks about how all women, and she does use the word all, emasculate their men at one level or another. She addresses how self-destructive of a behavior this is, and in her own words, she notes the following.
Deep down, either consciously or unconsciously, we hate ourselves. So it stems from a deep place of self-hatred within ourselves, that we hate being women and we hate the responsibilities and roles that come along with being a woman. So we emasculate from a place of self-hatred and how bad and wrong we feel about ourselves. Doesn't make it right or okay. I'm not making excuses for us as women. I'm definitely not telling men to suck it up and take it. It's getting to the truth of why this is happening so we do have a road forward. But because we feel so bad and wrong about ourselves as women, and we hate ourselves, and we hate being women. That's why you see so many women trying to be men.
So again, while the common cultural message is that men are the only ones who need to be better, so few people are calling women out on their own issues, and kudos to this woman for trying to do that. I do not know the solution to these problems between men and women. At the moment, things seem so hopeless. I do think it would help if people, men and women, tried to think about how they are acting and how it may affect the people around them. Another point I thought I would address, though, is related to dating and relationships, specifically from the one poll, Forbes Health poll I highlighted last week. Specifically, I am interested in how the percentage of people who found dates by being connected by a friend fell so far below the percentage of people who found dates online. I think the obvious problem here is that there are increasingly fewer outlets for people to meet and establish friendships. Robert Putnam published Bowling Alone 24 years ago now. If you are not familiar, the book outlines the widespread and insanely sharp decline in in-person social interaction and civil engagement. With the digital world, people do not interact with each other in person like they used to. The argument I would make is that the possibility of establishing relationships in the real world is so low, and the effort it would take for any possibility of success is so high, that this option holds no value, especially for those people who do not already have a major social outlet or set of social connections. It is long time we got past this idea of a man just going to a bar to find a woman. This is beyond inadequate at this point. That being said, apparently people do still meet at concerts and music festivals, and this is from the same Forbes Health study. So maybe there is hope there. Again, I do not claim to know the answers. Perhaps if more of us try and push past popular culture and it's messaging to look at the real world around us, we can find a solution together. Maybe that's too hopeful, but every individual, man or woman, should absolutely be evaluating themselves, their own behavior, and how they can do better in relation to the world around them and the people in that world. The key, I believe, is not just to fixate on yourself. On a cultural level, however, if all we are going to do is point the finger at men for another few decades, we have hell to pay. And I will leave it off there until next time.